because I learned that from the elders of Great Millstone. That's why I learned that understanding of what the last days was and when the timeline of Yahweh's return is. I learned that, what I said on that interview, I learned that from the elders of Great Millstone, the apostles of Great Millstone.
Most High gonna deal with you niggas, man. I'm telling you, to all that's you, nigga. That's starting with you. Spirit on me, man. You nigga, listen, man. The Most High gonna deal with you, man. Around Lab, you piece of shit. The Most High gonna deal with you. You fuck Aria. Y'all, I'm gonna just be honest. You're pieces of shit.
There are viral clips of especially this camp doing, saying things in poor taste that are taken out of context, that have been plastered all over the world, that have shaped and molded many people's perspective on us, right? So a part of what I am doing when the Most High opens up doors to put me in these positions, to get in these interviews and on these platforms, I am aiming to change the narrative about this truth, because we represent the Most High. We represent His Son. We represent our ancestors.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha HaKwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brother, and your fellow believers of this truth, and shalom to the elect. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going to go in this video. This is a response off of the video I've done, and it's received, quite a few comments, more than usual. I have different channels, but this channel, for whatever reason, got a lot of comments, and it was because I think I titled it, Guerrilla Hebrew Sakari says GMS stained the reputation of the Israelites, so he was chosen to clean up, right? So, what I'm going to do is go into the comments, but first let me read a scripture, Galatians 6 and 7. And I heard this from Elder Apostle Tahar many years ago, and I never forgot it, right? For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. Now, when I first heard that, it shook me so much that I applied it to myself. When you're new, you come in, all the precepts, and then you realize you're not as sharp as you think you are. Remembrance is just one thing, but understanding is another. Okay? That's for real. And in fact, as you go through things while you're in the truth and you read these scriptures, and then they hit home like you never read it before. So when you look at your teachers who have read these scriptures and lived these scriptures, you just can't come in and just start cursing them out. And this is the hypocrisy of this man right here, who formerly chief priest. He set himself up and said, the Lord set me up, as I said before, like Adonijah with David, and Solomon was supposed to take kingsmanship, and Adonijah came in on a horse like Nate. You see a lot of these spirits going around, right? Because they were jealous. And what it boils down is, we know what we believe is Solomon is Yahushua, right? They were all jealous of Yahushua. That's why they don't worship Yahushua. That's why the IUIC won't call on the name Yahushua. And this is what it all boils back to, right? So I'm going to read a couple comments and kind of just see where the lesson takes me. I don't know. Brother GMS Melbourne AU, shalom to that brother. Somebody says, I don't think you get it. Somebody else said, we still love you, brother. Then I'd imagine this is obviously not going towards me. So what is this saying? No matter what this man's done, these guys are no different than T.D. Jakes' church. T.D. Jakes was known for all the wickedness that he done, and everybody still loves him. And I get it. When you really think about it, when I read Galatians, like I said, Galatians 6 and 7, you can't esteem yourself that high, man. You got to let another man esteem you. And what happens is, when you overly esteem yourself, you think you to be better than your teachers. But then the ones of us who are more humble, you hope that the Lord has guided you, because that's all we have, to the truth. And then when you got it to the truth, you have to believe the truth. So when these things happen with the controversial things with Elder Apostle Tahar and Apostle Rakar, right? I could have easily said, you know what? No, I'm not with it, and just left. If you guys believe you still love him, but if you see this wickedness going on, right, why aren't you addressing that at least? And say, yeah, he was wrong for that. There's brothers in the truth and things that I've seen that I say, well, I don't really agree with that. Okay, it just happens. But this kind of behavior, what's been happening with this man that he kind of admitted to, that he bought the pagan kit and he made it disappear, and that was probably the wrong thing to say. When you're guilty like that, you tend to say the wrong things out of your mouth. I mean, me, I don't know. Lord's will, I'm not into that situation. But there's got to be something wrong when you say, well, I had it, but I made it disappear. That's kind of the wrong thing to say. If you said, yeah, this woman sent me that shit, man, and I threw that shit in the trash. Say something, but I made it disappear. Where did it disappear to? Then again, I don't want to know that either. So anyway, the commentator is clearly an unstudied hater of the Gorilla Hebrew. Why? Gorilla Hebrew was in GMS. How am I clear? And it's all right. I'm not mad about that. We get that a lot. The commentator is clearly an unstudied hater. Now, what did I say wrong about Gorilla Hebrew? That's my question. You see this man cursing out his teachers. Why would you want to join a group with a man who curses out his teachers, especially on that magnitude, as a young man? This man was not very old. He was a young man doing that. Anyway, it says here, you cut and spin this. We're talking about you, dude. He's still talking. GMS did stain the reputation of the Israelites through an irrefutable fact. I'll elaborate. If anyone asks, you've been hindering the movement from the beginning. And somebody said the 2000 prophecy. That wasn't GMS. Wasn't even known as GMS. This was One West. And this was all the One West camps. You see how phony these people are and they don't know what's going on? Instead of these people addressing the video at hand and what's exactly happening, they will constantly make an excuse. A sinful man will find an excuse. With all due respect, sir, right? I told you in my comments that these Israelite camps were throwing a bit off. These camps have lot to learn about the Holy Quran. This is exactly why I honestly, and I'll be honest, I don't like these particular type videos, but I'll do them, right? Lord put me up to do them. Because you know what happens? Well, let me say, I don't mind it, but what happens is when you start getting a lot of views, it's a lot of garbage. Okay? It's just what it is. Not for everybody. I'm just saying when it comes to me. Let's go to James 4. And let's see what James 4 says. I lost what I had, but I'm going to read, this seems spiritual. Submit yourselves, therefore, unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Resist the devil, fight the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw nigh to Yahweh, draw nigh to God, I'm reading verbatim, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts. That's what you're supposed to do when you come in the truth. Ye double-minded, right? This is exactly what's happening, man. And I'm talking about the followers. You're double-minded, man. You listen to this man tell you all this stuff about the laws and the perfection of trying to keep the laws and doing all the right things. And in his mindset of wickedness and his path of wickedness, you people are not, coming against what he's done, this action that he's perpetrated. He's admitted. And you just still say, I love you anyway. Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, Jeremiah 17. It says, be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned into mourning, right? And joy of heaviness. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Speak not evil of one another, brethren. He that speak evil of his brother and judge of his brother, speak of evil of the law. These guys all about the law. They got pictures, him in Genesis, for you phonies. And you know what bothers me is, why don't these same phonies go on their channels and say, you know what, there's no proof of them raping no little girls. There's no proof of this stuff. But these guys are speaking evil toward their brethren. But they'll say, I'm speaking evil by saying what this man is doing is wrong. Yeah, it's a lot of hypocrisy in the truth. And I'll get to the point. Let me get to the point. I'm going to go back here to this comment. Just bear with me. It says, GMS did stain the reputation of the Israelites. So this is what they said. I don't understand why these people are saying the Israelites need some particular type of reputation. I don't know why. This truth is not to be meant to be nice. Right? When we speak on Moses and Aaron, I believe Moses and Midian, when they took them young girls for themselves, are we speaking of, is there a poor reputation there? It's all to be seen of men. It's all for the debates, and it really hooks the women because the women like it. So let's see what the Bible says. We always got to go to the Bible. Let's see what it says. 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. For I think that God have set us, the apostles last, right? And this is going into all of us, you know, as we were appointed to death. So who else is fitting these prophecies? When you see things like this, did you see how the Lord used guerrilla Hebrew to bring out that guerrilla tone, that demonic guerrilla tone, and curse out his teachers? For we have made a spectacle unto the world. Yeah, who is this fitting to? See, these phony Israelites, and they think about is just talking about some Negro on a bike, right? Some white man in with a suit, some Arab man on a ice cream truck. That's what they thinking. The world is the world of Israel. We have made a spectacle to the Israelites, okay? And to the angels and to men. We are fools for Christ Yahweh's sake, but ye are wise in Yahweh. We are weak, but ye are strong. And honorable, but we are despised. They get these platforms up. You get vocab. Got this picture up saying they called the police on me. Because you know why? They want to keep the entertainment going. They have zero concern about waking up the elect. This has nothing to do with waking up the elect. They're using the fact of waking our people up as a means of entertainment. You know, an institution of hustling. That's what they're doing. Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked and are buffeted, which means stricken, like spiritually as well. There are rapists of your little girls. They know that. And where were you phonies? I got to keep saying that. Where were you phonies when this information was put out there, right? That we were doing this to little girls. You knew we wasn't doing that. None of us got locked up for it. Don't you know you can get locked up for conspiracy for something like that? You could go on the internet and try to hustle something up like that, and you will get locked up for that and get major time. But this is what they say about us. This is why we know most of these followers, not all, right? Some of them might be the elect that wake up. A lot of them are hypocrites. They know the wickedness going on. They'll support his wickedness just because they hate GMS. Now you're supposed to be able to separate GMS from your emotional thoughts, from your mortal thoughts. Okay? Or immoral thoughts. You're supposed to be able to separate that. Look, I don't. There's a couple of people got on the comment board that say, hey, I don't really agree with GMS, but they right on this. I get to ones of you who say that, you know, hey, man, you speak the truth. That means you kind of got your own mind set up. But you see this, and then you say that literally, you could have made the argument and said GMS is going off because they said young women, by the way, because woman past her menstrual, she's pretty much a woman. That's why monthly you have the cycle. You don't know which day it is. You could take each woman will become a woman at different times, right? But if you said, well, GMS went off of teaching that they took young women, I would accept that. Okay, you don't agree with our doctrine, all of Deuteronomy 22 and 28. You never went into context to understand that, but I would accept that. But they were so ignorant and hateful towards us that they made up rumors. And this is why I read what we read. You know what I'm saying? And labor working with our own hands, being revealed, we bless. Being persecuted, we suffer it. So, I'm just over the place because I'm trying to, I'm just going over this. Proverbs 24 and 12. If you say, behold, we do not know this, does not he who weighs the heart, talking about the Lord, perceive it? Does not he who keeps watch over your soul know it? And will he not repay a man according to his work? Yeah, you got people who know that this is wicked, but they will still hide it. The Lord still sees it. Sirach tells you the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. I believe that's Sirach 26:19. But that's what it says. And what a man does in his house with his woman is his business. Maybe so. But when his business creeps out, when you're doing things like that in the house with your woman with that kind of business, you don't think the Lord is going to expose you? Proverbs 20:24, man's goings of the Lord. You think the Lord, so this is why I read this. The Lord is still seeing it. So if you went to Amazon, I don't know where they sell them things, but if you get one of these Pego kits, and, this could have been the first time. Y'all got to know that. But if you get one of those Pego kits and you do these things with a woman, they're not the angels watching. Hey, this man is supposed to be a soldier of the Messiah, a soldier of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. This man is supposed to be a man of the Lord. You think, how long you think you're going to get away with that? You will get caught. You will get caught out there. It's just a fact. Anyway, let's get this. 1 Peter 2 and 15, I think this is NIV. To make it more simpler. It is God's will that your honorable lives should silence those ignorant people who make foolish accusations against you. That's exactly what they did against us. For you are free, yet you are God's slaves, right? Servants. So don't use your freedom as an excuse to do evil. Okay? Don't use freedom as an excuse to do evil. And that's simple. This man carried on the characteristics of being a slave of God. But then he uses freedom as an excuse to use it and to commit evil. He was the top priest. He couldn't handle the power. And he couldn't let go. He probably did fight it for years. Okay? So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that. I just really wanted to go into the fact that our people love wickedness. They will not, let me read this. Judite 144. Everybody's against GMS. That's how you know the elders and apostles have the 144% truth. Right? And somebody said, no, that's how you know they're off. IUIC looks more legit than GMS. Yeah, they can't even call on the name of the Lord. And this is what I'm trying to say. They look more legit. This is the whole point of this is why vocab says GMS is more sincere than all other camps. A bunch of men in purple with boots marching to an arena and doing not a damn thing and marching back, and the same Kyrie Irving character took his money and dropped it off at one of those Muslim places. This proves that the elites own him. They run it. When the Lord gave them up, that section or that sector of people and lifestyle, why are you marching down there? That's all the look. That's the hustle. Somebody said that is a damn lie. GMS don't have the truth at all. Well, what about this guy? Does he have the truth? What's up with this guy? Does he has the truth? Yeah, taking out the letters of Paul. See, it's the hatred for GMS. That's the problem. That's the thing. They don't care about doctrine. All they care about is coming against what we teach. These people, right, and in some camps don't even agree with them, but they will side with them to come against GMS. These same weirdos, these same nut jobs, this guy Detroit something, he's a weirdo and a nut job. He doesn't go out and teach. He's an Israelite loser. Meanwhile, this guy hijacked everything from GMS and then took some things, mixed it up, poured it out, and everybody think he's got the truth. What kind of wicked madness is that? Anyway, that's all I have.